Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your own artificial roses. So me and my mum have made this from scratch for my grand's 90th birthday, so we're doing like a high tea thing, so this is perfect for her as she loves flowers. So I thought this would be a great thing to show you guys how to do. So it's pretty simple. All you need is, someone to cut out like a sort of hexagon. Pentagon, sorry. And then we're going to need, well, this is what I'm using. I'm using like a little scratch it stick from those scratchy thingies. So I'm using that, but you can use anything that make sure so you don't touch the, and then we're going to be using a hot glue gun to glue the flowers together. And finally, we're going to be using, the main product is these flower petals. So my mum got these at just the cheap shop, so you guys can go there and get these, or anything you have similar. So that's what we're going to be using.
You could use cardboard.
You can also use cardboard cut out like these petals. Or even if you wanted to make something different, you could even cut out like a flower shape like that and kind of do what I'm doing. So we're going to start by getting our hexagon here, and we're going to put it down. We're going to get a few flower petals that aren't bent. So we're going to get a few of them. Probably get about 10 or so to start. So about 10. Then we're going to get our hexagon again. And we are going to, I'm going to try and show you guys what I'm doing. Sorry, I don't know if I have the best camera angle. We're going to get the hot glue gun, and we're going to pop a little bit of glue on the bottom of the petal. We are going to then use that bit of glue and pop it on. Now we're going to use our our stencil, that's what it's called, stencil scratcher, and just hold it in place until it is dried, which takes, with these, probably about 10 seconds. So really fast drying glue, which I really like about this. Very stringy though. Then next step is we're pretty much going to do that until it looks like this. So we're going to have 5-petal flower. You can make a 4-petal or whatever. We're making a 5-petal because 5 always looks the best, especially for roses, but you can do 4 if you want, but I think 5 looks the best, so probably do 5. Then, to start our second layer, it's pretty much just the same as what we just did, except for we're not putting the hot glue on the petal itself. We're actually going to put the hot glue down near the bottom again, but on the petal that you put glue on the opposite side last time. So we're going to get the hot glue and we're going to pop it around about here. Let me see if I can show quickly. See? So we're going to pop it about there. Then I'm going to quickly put this on so it doesn't dry. And then we're going to use our thing again and hold it. So pretty much just continue that until, again, it looks the same. Alright, so I've just done 4 layers on my flower. So you guys can do that. Feel free to pause just to give yourself time to do that. So I'm going to stop layering now, and just a bit overlapping. But a fact I'd like to show you guys is when you're doing the flowers, when you're on the flowers, you want to just overlap them a tiny little bit, so about 1/2 centimeter, so about like that. I made that mistake with 1 petal, so just wanted to let you guys know, and I'll show you the thing I need to show you in a sec. Right, so what I need to show you is we're going to be doing this thing called lifting. So when we get our petal, we're going to, the reason we do this is because when you're lifting, when you're building the flower, you don't want it to just have towers. You want it to start spiraling up like this. and this. So we're going to start lifting. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our pedal again, and we're going to pop some hot glue on the bottom, near the bottom of the pedal. And then we're going to stick the pedal there, just like we just did. But then we're going to hold it up with either our finger or the lifter, not too high, not too low. We're just going to hold it up until that dries, and that'll hold in that position. So you guys can just continue doing that until pretty much till the end. I'll be back in a second to keep showing you guys other tricks. But this is what you need to know from now.
Okay, so this is how to do the centre part. So this is the part that in the middle of the flower looks like this, the really tightly together part. So this is a little bit more tricky, so you may want to ask an adult to help you. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get one of these petals and we're going to roll it in towards the centre. So we're just going to form a little sort of point and then roll it again, roll it over again, roll it until we sort of have about that much space on the end, and then very carefully add some hot glue. Don't put it on your fingers. And then carefully fold that last piece over and try and make sure it's tight. Okay, as I said, maybe getting your mum or dad or someone to help is a good idea, at least to begin with, and at least until you sort of get a bit more practice. That's probably not quite as close together as we wanted, but that sort of gives you an idea. You can do it. I'd ideally like it a little bit closer than that, but that's sort of the base anyway. And then after you've got that one dry, then you're just going to add another one facing sort of the other way around it. And with this one, you're just going to put glue either side of this part. So you're just going to put it around here and then kind of wrap it around like a present. So, but again, watch fingers. So sort of like that, and then carefully use your stick to hold it if you can. It's quite awkward. Don't worry about what the bottom of this looks like, just concentrate on the top part, because that's the part that you're going to see. The bottom part will be hidden, so just concentrate on that. So if it looks a bit flat and ugly down there, don't worry too much about that for now. So you can see that's starting to have a little bit of a layer there. And then the next one you're going to face towards the open part of it again. And just going to do the same thing, putting glue either side of the middle part. So sort of across that middle part, and then just placing that towards it. And what starts to happen is you start to form some nice little layers, which will begin to develop into this sort of look. So see how that's starting to show the look of that. And you just keep going for 10 or so layers, just checking to see how it looks each time. And then as you get further out from the center, you are allowing it to get a little bit more open, so you're not holding it quite as tight, and that'll just naturally sort of open out and have that natural appearance that a rose has. Just try and line up the petals close to the same height. not too much higher, not too much lower. If you need to, if you have an open bit like this and you just want to give it another little dab of glue there, and then put that in. So yeah, so just keep going with that for around about 10 layers, or until you sort of feel as though it's looking like that middle bud section. So we'll come back and show you how that looks.
Go.
Okay, so as you can see, that's now taken a nice shape of a rosebud, the inner part of the rose. So now you can just stick it into the middle of the base that you've done. As you can see, there's quite a few layers here, but it is a little bit taller than what we would like. So we're going to just make a little modification to this, and we're going to just chop off a little bit of the base of here, about 1 centimetre off the base, just so that it sits down a little bit lower onto the base that we've already created. So I'm just going to hopefully cut through here, and hopefully the flower still holds together somewhat. So just chop that little piece off, so not a whole lot. And now we should be able to place that in here with some glue on the base. Need quite a decent amount just to secure this. Add a little bit more just to hold it steady. Don't worry too much if you've got a little bit of a gap still between, just try and get it centered. If you've got a little bit of a gap between the base and the bud part of it, don't worry. Yeah, because we'll be showing you how to make these come up a little bit closer, more like this one. So don't worry too much about how that looks for now. But as you can see, that's centered in there, so that's looking pretty good. We just, so you can see here, we didn't actually chop the bottom of that one. It sits a little bit higher, so you know, depending which way you like it to look, you can go ahead with keeping it tall and adding more layers, and that's how you'll get it to look higher all around. But with this one, we just wanted to try it a little bit different. So that's pretty close to how we want it. We might just add, well not add, sorry, but just make a slight modification to this petal. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add a little bit of glue to the top of here, the underside of here. So that's just going to hold up and just stick to the base, but do it quite close to the base there. So just a little speck of glue in there, and then get your stick and just hold it around about the angle that you want the petal to actually sit, because once it sets, it should be close to where you hold it. And just hold that for around 10 seconds or so. Okay, so that's, see how that's held fairly well. And let's have a look. Is there anywhere else we want to do it? Maybe this bit here. I'd like to go up a little bit, give that a little bit of a lift. This is called lifting. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to put a little squirt in the centre there, and then just lift this one petal. Just do it one at a time so it still looks natural. Just need that to be just a tiny bit of a lift. It doesn't look at all like we've done it in two sections. It just looks like one fluffy completed rose. Alright, what do you think, Zion? Do you think it needs any?
I think that's really good. So this is how to make an artificial flower rose. We of course prefer real flowers, but this is all we can do for Gran's party. We can't actually track down real flowers, so I think this is as good as we can go. Thank you for watching this video. Hope it gets lots of views. Make sure to like and subscribe for more art and craft videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one.